Welcome back to Cooking with Curtis. I am Curtis, and tonight we have a very special edition here. Everybody loves a good burger, and you're wondering, how is it that you can be a vegetarian and enjoy a good burger? So my friends in Atlanta know of this black-owned business called the Slutty Vegan. Now the Slutty Vegan started out as a food truck, and then they were so popular that they had this storefront in Atlanta. And when I went there, the two times that I went, you stand online for probably an hour for what is one of the most mouth-watering, scrumptious veggie burgers you will ever have. And so tonight we're going to make their burger, the one that they call a one-night stand. And because I know that none of my friends and none of the students at Xavier and anybody who's watching Cooking with Curtis will be those who engage in one-night stands, we're going to call this the happily ever after. Because I'm going to add my own little twist to it. So we'll begin with turning our stove on, and I'm going to be using a little vegetarian butter to start it out. But I'm going to saute or caramelize, if you will, some onions. So I've got me a red onion here, and I'm chopping this red onion up. And it's going to, I can already tell you that if you see tears, it's not because the onions, because I'm already anticipating how delicious this will be. And it just brings tears to my eyes because I know it's going to be great. So I'll chop them up a little bit here. So I'm going to chop up my onions. I got my onions chopped up, putting in some of my vegan coconut oil butter. I'm going to put some of this in a pan. And try to caramelize me some onions here. But one of the things I'm going to do that they don't do, which is why this is the happily ever after, not a one-night stand, because again, St. Catherine would not approve of those things, and neither do I. I started to call it not without benefit of clergy, but I think a happily ever after is a little better. So I'm putting my onions in my pan. But what I'm going to do to make it the happily ever after is they've also put on it, they will saute up or fry up some bacon, vegetarian bacon. I'm going to saute this in the pot with the onions. So I have here Morning Star Farms vegan bacon, and I'm going to just take a few of these pieces. I want to show them to you because people are like, what is vegan bacon? If there were things that I really missed, bacon would want to be one of those things that I've missed, and this is what vegan bacon looks like. So I'm going to cut this up a little bit. I'm going to put this in here. So I've cut my little vegan bacon up into little cubes. I'm going to put them in my sauteed butter mix. So I'm going to try to, I've gotten a little thing, well actually I'm just trying out my new, so that you can actually see. So we're going to saute this bad boy up with the bacon and with the onions together to try and create this caramelized experience with my onions and my, you see here. What I'm going to do, because it just hit me, and sometimes that's what happens when you're inspired by your goodness, I'm just going to take a little bit of brown sugar, because I have it in my kitchen now, because you know I made those delicious Levan Bakery cookies the last time. I'm going to take just a little bit of the brown sugar, put it in my mix to really caramelize this up real good. It's going to be delicious. So you see I'm taking just a little bit of it there. Put that in there. So it adds to the texture. It'll make it all that much more delicious. Heat's getting really high there. I'm gonna bring it over to the camera so you can see it. It smells good. The caramelized onions with my vegan bacon. It's gonna be real good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer this skillet rather, away from here while it's just a little bit of caramelization happening. let it simmer while I make my veggie burger. Now I am using tonight Beyond Meat. It's Beyond Burger. It is fantastic. It is delicious. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. See, it looks just like the way I remembered ground beef. So you see here how you'll get the marbleized deliciousness. See that? So now I'm just going to put a little olive oil in my skillet to start it out. And I'm greedy, so I'm going to put 2 patties on because that's what fat people do. Because one just won't do for me. So I'm going to put 2 patties in that grill, and that's the grease right here, and begin that process of deliciousness. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to make my special sauce. So I want to bring over right here, give me a bowl. Here, I'm going to use, for my special sauce, Vegenaise, which is a organic vegan mayonnaise. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons, not even, 1.5 tablespoons of my Vegenaise in my bowl. You can hear my delicious veggie burgers working. And now I'm going to put in also some vegan Thousand Island dressing. They don't suggest you add it together again. We're not making a one-night stand. We're making a very respectable happily ever after. So I'm going to get all this stirred in here together. You see the rich colors. I think I might want to, just because it's happily ever after and it's certainly not without benefit of clergy, I'm going to give me just one more little dash of Thousand Island. See there, yes, that's what I'm looking like. See what that looks like there? That's going to be our sauce. But you know what? Because we're in New Orleans and we don't do anything without New Orleans style, we're going to add to this happily ever after a little slap your mama. Now y'all hear me talk about slap your mama. Somebody made a seasoning that will indeed make you want to draw back and punch in the eye. But I don't recommend that again in the age of COVID. If you end up in jail, not a good look. So I don't say slap your mama, but I do say add some slap your mama to your sauce. And there we have our sauce already. So now let me flip my burgers. You hear sizzles just like burgers as you would. So we're gonna see how you see what it looks there. And it makes its own sauce, its own juice. So juicy. So I'm just gonna flip this over real good. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, how it browns. Just like any other burger that you would make. See this? Now watch this. I'm gonna flatten it. See that juice coming out of it? Flatten it. But I'm gonna bring it over so you can see it better. See how it browns so easy, so good? So we're gonna, while that's happening, over here, I just wanna make sure everybody's doing okay at home. I know it's been a few weeks without seeing us and without us seeing you, and let you know that we're always thinking about you, and we're looking forward to you coming back in the fall. If you all are interested in financial aid, please, and know who isn't, on Tuesday, look for on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, the Office of Enrollment Management is going to be hosting a town hall where they're going to talk about how you can make sure that you get your bills paid, but they're also going to talk about this great new opportunity for students to get some emergency aid. So I would certainly ask you to tune in, and I'll try to share some information in the comments of the video to be able to get you the link to or information to that. But that's coming up soon. So now let me check on our caramelized experience over here. Oh, you hear it sizzling. I wish you could smell it. Smells so good. So I think that's about done. So I'm gonna turn that heat off of that. And it's a really quick mill to make. Now you see the interesting thing about these Beyond Burgers is they're pea-based. And so the centers, the inside of them, you could have it medium well, you could have it well done, you could have it rare. I like mine just a little more done. I don't want pink in my burger. But I'm going to flip this one more time. And now I'm going to put my favorite thing on it, some cheese. And I am not using Kraft Singles Original. I am using a plant-based vegan cheddar alternative. So we're gonna put this on and let that cheese get all melted on it. And then set my plate. Okay. This is going to be, I promise you, so delicious. And if it's not, you won't even know it. But I know it will be. So I'm gonna put this on, let that cheese melt on it a little bit. I usually put on at the top of my pan to allow it to melt. So we're just gonna put this Pyrex, which is probably going to burn my hand when I take it off. So we're gonna watch that. So while we're doing that, let's plate this bad boy up. So I have here a regular black plate. The way they tell them to do it is they get a bun. And I have some regular hamburger buns here. And you take a little bit of your sauce, slap your mama, delicious seasoning sauce with vegan mayonnaise and vegan Thousand Island. Put it on either one of your sides. I put it on both sides again because I'm full-figured and greedy. I'm gonna grab me a sip of my Diet Coke. Light and refreshing. I'm gonna turn my heat down here. The next thing they do is they plate it with a little lettuce. So I'm going to put some Boston bib lettuce here. Look how beautiful that looks. Nice little tomato. So you see here, I want you to see I am doing it from the real. So I'm gonna take my tomato here, cut it right down the middle. Then I'm just gonna take a little piece of it. I don't want, this knife is a good old knife. I got it at Walmart in a collection for about $9. So I'm gonna put my little tomatoes here, right there. Now let's please don't burn my hand for the TV. But see, I'm not gonna do it, I almost burned my hand, but let me get a little mat here to grab it. Alrighty. When I was little, we asked Mama to take us to McDonald's, and she said, "You got McDonald's money?" And we would be like, "No, but you do." And she would say, "No, I don't." And then she would make us go in the kitchen and make us a big old juicy burger. So now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just take some of my caramelized bacon and onions. I'm just gonna put them on top of that, just like that. Ooh, Jesus. Look at this burger. So now let's pull it up. Let's see if I can tell you about how good it's gonna be. I already know. I told you I was crying a little early because I was anticipating the taste of it. Oh, look at that. See how delicious that looks. This is a very good happily ever after burger. Hope you all are having a great, spectacular weekend, and I wish you all the best for this week. Take good care of yourselves and of each other.